Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead of them and their companies. I'm your host, Olivia Salmons, and in each episode, we'll uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, I'm excited to be joined by Victor Straw, a veteran, former gym owner, and founder of Victory Driven, a coaching and wellness brand dedicated to helping people transform not only their bodies, but their habits, mindset, and resilience. With over 28 years in fitness and a background shaped by discipline and adversity, Victor offers realistic, high-impact programs for busy professionals, entrepreneurs, and anyone seeking sustainable health and peak performance consistency. Victor, welcome to Founders Future. Thank you so
Thank you,
much for
Olivia.
joining me today. No, thank you. Um, so I'm excited to dive in and learn more about your journey. And typically with all of my guests, I do actually like to start at the beginning. So if you don't mind taking me back briefly to what it was that you was doing before you started up Victory Driven, and then from there, what was the motivation behind it?
Yeah, it's pretty much really, I can't believe I've been in this industry for almost 3 decades. I've been doing this for 28 years now. I come from a farming community. I raised on a dairy farm. I served in the military, in the United States Marine Corps and in the Persian Gulf War. So I knew hard work. I knew discipline. I sort of knew what it takes to either achieve success or to win. And I've always been passionate about health and fitness and helping people. So I went to work for a big chain of gyms in a large market. And then after 6.5 years of working for them, I remember one day I said to myself, you know what, I'm making this company a lot of money. It's time for me to jump off and do my own thing. So since then, I've had a personal training studio. I've had a large full service gym. I've had a couple boot camp training facilities. And now I'm in the corporate wellness space and I do leadership development and corporate wellness tied together. So I'm still passionate about helping people achieve greater levels of health. And I see it in the world today. I think we're suffering or being challenged by suffering with physical health ailments or mental health. So I want to try to solve that problem as best I can.
I love that. And that is definitely a problem that needs solving. It's like, I feel like it's getting more and more of a problem as well as we kind of get further into it. It's coming out of the woodworks. It's really taking a toll since COVID. And I love that you've got so much experience to draw on as well, obviously coming from the military and then moving from there. So let's dive into the business a little bit more. So walk me through then, who would you say at this point, like, is your ideal customer? Who do you love to work with the most? And then from there, how is it you help them and how do you support them on their journey?
Yeah, since I sold my last in-person training facility a year ago, one of my biggest goals was I just want to impact more people. I really want to
Yeah.
make more of a difference. And the people that walk into a gym, the number is very, very small. So if I could reach more people, so I got into the corporate wellness space. So my ideal client is I want to work with organizations. I mean, you could have a company of 10 people, you could have a company of 500 people. I want to help you create a culture that is conducive to helping your people get healthy, creating winning cultures, positive cultures, and just basically raising the level of, like I said before, mental health and physical health. So my ideal clients are companies that really want to, they're passionate about creating that culture too, but then also their leadership. Through my past in the military and the Marine Corps, and I'm just passionate about leadership and growth, personal development, leadership development. So if I can work with the leaders too to establish a culture, even a curriculum that they can follow. And one of the things during COVID, I got certified by John Maxwell to take his content into companies and do that. So that's near and dear to my heart because I've done that so many times in my own life. Okay, how can
Yeah.
I be a better marketer? How can I grow as a business owner, as an entrepreneur? So I see what worked for me, and I want to turn around and take that and get that to more people. That I see that there is lack in that area too.
Yeah, I love that. And definitely within organizations, it's obviously a lot of people cutting their budgets when it comes to wellness, mindset, and just that whole performance aspect that comes with it. But aiming for that sector really helps you have like that impact to many with just helping that one branch because it will trickle down into their team. And then hopefully when they become leaders, they have that knowledge that they can pass down to others as well. So having that impact from the get-go is really evident, and I love that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if it starts at the top, if we can change, if things aren't going in the right direction, and it's like, okay, how can we change the
Yeah.
direction of the ship that we're going? Let's not sink this thing. Let's help more people and let's get along and let's make this thing work. So I agree 100%.
Love that. And then, so what is it like to work with you then, Victor? So is this more like a one-to-one kind of program, or are there courses as well that we can follow along? Like, what is it like to work with you?
Yeah, there's both. I do the one-on-one, which is more of a leadership development, or one-on-one, depending on what the person is really seeking or looking for. And then I have a program that I do that. But then I love to work with groups, whether it's a mastermind group or if it's a large group, say it's 50 of your employees, we do a program like that. So I find that the more that we can have communities, the more that we can, lean or rub shoulders with each other, there's an energy and there's a passion in that group itself that you know what, it just fuels, and it's like, okay, there's a healthy competition and everything. So I do both. I do the one-on-one with leaders, but then I also want to work with your people too, and get down in the trenches and get my hands dirty and help people in that capacity as well.
Love it. So just getting stuck in whenever you can. And is this like mainly in person as well, or do you work online? Do you have a
Yeah.
preference, I guess? Is there a different feeling when you're doing that two things?
Yeah, I do both, and it's funny. I'm probably leaning towards I liking the in-person better, just because you can get a little bit more of a feel of the room and stuff. But I have clients that I work with online too, and as long as people are engaged, you can still get that feeling it online as well. So I don't mind either one. I'm probably a little bit more like in the in-person, just because you just something about being, I guess, in the room together. I don't know.
Yeah, I can understand maybe just a different like energy, as you say, you can really feel them, you get to know them a little bit more, and just even having a group atmosphere as well. Do you find that they can help other people along the way as well? So like bouncing ideas off each other and just really not solely relying on you as the coach to help them move forward as well.
That's the beautiful thing about it is like we can
Yeah.
have a peer or two in the group and they're going to say something and this person's going to say something or it's going to resonate a different way. And then before you know it, you're just, you're really hammering in on a culture change or a topic that people are getting after it. And they may not realize, oh my gosh, my peer thinks this way. And he or she just contributed something to the conversation that maybe helped them, opened up their eyes, look at things with a new perspective. And it's that dynamic. And again, it doesn't really sometimes it doesn't matter if you're in person or you're online because you get that group dynamic going and that flow and that energy, and that's where I love to see the light bulbs go off and people's lives are changing because of that nugget or two that they picked up from our session.
Love it. And I'm Victor, I'm curious to see then how you go about acquiring your customers. So obviously you've got individuals and groups that you're working with. So like what methods and what channels are you finding most effective in really reaching them right people?
Yeah, I do a handful. I mean, some of the basics is still, I have an email list that I'm trying to expand, and I think that's the best or maybe the solid foundation that I keep dripping on people.
Yeah.
For me, it's I need to build a know, like, and trust. And I always said it's about relationships. It's about people instead of just throwing stuff out there, seeing what sticks. If I can get in the right room, like if I'm looking to expand my corporate wellness offering, I want to talk to the owners of the business, the HR directors, the leaders, and I'll do a free lunch and learn so they can see my style, they can see what I bring to the table, and they can say, hey, this guy is good. Let's talk to him about the next steps. Or if not, if it's just not a fit, we move on. So I do email, I do social media. And I've teamed up with a company called Nuvita in the corporate wellness space, and they've really helped me take the corporate wellness offering, learn some new skills and their technology, and grow that and get into more rooms and through the lunch and learns and doing stuff like that too, so I can be in front of the right people.
Yeah, amazing. So like loads of avenues and as you say, just really trying to build that know like trust factor with what are strangers, I suppose, at the start. And then when it comes to social media, are you running any form of like ad campaigns to help with that know like trust factor online as well?
I haven't. I did that years ago in my boot camp training facilities, and it worked. And then I haven't. I'm maybe entertaining exploring that for the new year. So right now, I'm not doing any ad campaigns.
Okay, it just helps with that consistency as you like maybe you have that experience in the past, just really smoothing out the lead flow coming in on the two
Correct.
avenues. And then Victor, are you still a solopreneur as well at the moment, or do you have a team that are helping out on the back end of things and just alleviating one of those many hats that you might have to be wearing yourself?
Yeah, I have myself, and I do have a couple people that are helping me, whether it's doing some social media or doing some technology with my website that is just stuff that I don't want to touch. I have an intern. She's been awesome on creating some things for me. And that's one of the things is my goal in the first quarter of 2026, I would like to expand that a little bit just so I'm not wearing
Yeah.
all the hats myself because it gets to be a lot.
It does, and juggling that all the time, and then obviously trying to fill the fulfillment side of things and actually completing what you want to do, which is the coaching. Trying to
Exactly.
navigate that is definitely avoiding the sinking ship, to use your metaphor from earlier. Um, so with that being said, like, what are your plans moving forward then? So what do the next 6 to 12 months like have in store for you when you think about scaling and taking the business to that next level?
Yeah, I really want to crank things up, Olivia. It's funny because I've when I started this a year ago, it's like, okay, I'm laying a good foundation. I'm getting some of the pieces in place. I'm growing in this area. I'm learning this technology, and I feel like I've got that set. Now it's like, okay, let's take that next step. I want to really crank up my sales. I want to increase my gross revenue. And like I said, if I do have to bring a couple people on staff, whether it's a salesperson or two or another health coach or two. So I want to do it the right way. I don't want to just, you know what, let's go gangbusters day one. But I feel like I've been building this slow and steady. Let's keep it going. But I do want to get a little bit more aggressive just so I can make a bigger impact in more lives too, and obviously make more money. And I really want to
Yeah.
grow this. Instead of just this being my little company, I do want to make some steps of expanding in the right direction to make more of a significant impact in my community, online, wherever it is.
I love that. And just really, as you say, just helping as many people as possible. And after a year, having a good year behind you, testing it out, making sure the product obviously works and the fulfillment is going. Do you feel confident in taking that next step now moving into the new year?
Yeah, I really do. I'm almost sort of impatient. Like I should have did this a few months ago. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to kick things up. So yeah.
Love it. And where are you finding the biggest challenge for yourself though?
Honestly, I'm the biggest challenge. It's me because it's again, I'm trying to wear too many hats myself. I get in my own way. I can sit and overthink things too much. And then so I'm the problem, but I'm also the solution, which is a good thing. But then also the lack of funds too that I would really like to throw at things. So part of me too, it's like, okay. I can do so much, but while I am thinking of bringing in some more working capital, but I want to make some bigger strides. So to try to do things little by little, it works for a season, but then there comes a point to it's like, okay, let's try to maybe raise a little bit of money or see what we can do to increase some of the revenue so we can put more at a sales and marketing campaign or to do whatever we can that's working right now to expand the business.
Yeah, awesome. And I suppose when it comes to that as well, it's a big step when you have to take that into consideration, like finances and obviously well-being for yourself as well, that time that it takes. Do you ever have to sometimes like conduct a coaching course yourself just to slow things down and make sure the progression's actually going in that right direction as well?
Oh, totally. Or it's just you got to have a pep talk with yourself. Say,
Yeah.
okay, where are you at right now? What is the most important thing you got to do today? Or, or just to keep my focus, my belief up, my faith up, stuff like that too. So, when you're doing it, I don't know, business isn't easy. It just isn't. But when you feel like you're on that treadmill constantly too, you're just constantly on the treadmill. You can't get off it. And okay, which fire do I put out there? Do I spend my time on marketing? Or okay, I have a sales call today. Oh, I've got to do an instruction or a teaching later today too. Or, there's just, again, the juggling never stops, which is part of me. I don't mind it, but sometimes it can be overwhelming. And I'm like, okay, I need to give myself a timeout. I need to refocus and address what needs to be addressed first and foremost.
Exactly that. Chill out and just practice what you preach a little bit. And
Yeah.
I love it. And then Victor, as you kind of see, because the wellness space is very much evolving at the moment, obviously kind of as we touched on earlier on in the podcast, where the space is growing, there's a lot more awareness coming about from the woodworks. As you see that growing, where do you see yourself positioned in that, in the field and moving forward?
Well, I'd like to see myself as one of the I don't know, the trendsetters that are moving forward in really meshing mental health and physical health together
Yeah.
and not just selling gym memberships or giving little perks here or just giving a nutrition seminar. I feel like it's more than just that nowadays, or at least the ones that I think are going to be rising to the top are the ones that provide the whole culture change. What can
Mm.
we do to really impact people's lives? Not everybody wants to go to the gym and work out every day. I have a simple plan of, okay, if you can go walk for 30 minutes a day, if you can drink your water, there's some simple things that we can do to really move the needle in our health. But then also taking the mindset, the mental health part of it too. So I think with neuroscience nowadays, and if we can just switch some of our thinking here, we can make a whole different impact in people's lives and we can set them off on a whole new trajectory. So I really want to maybe be a leader or a trendsetter in that by impacting more lives and doing it more of a holistic type instead of just
Mm.
weight loss program, just a step challenge. Let's go bigger and let's get a little bit more meat or robust in there. That's my
Yeah.
goal.
I love it. And as you say, taking the whole body into consideration, like mind and not just physicality of it, the brain is such an important part and often overlooked, especially
Yes.
when it comes to fitness and wellness. And Victor, I have one final question to ask you. So, if you could go back in time to a younger self and you could only leave yourself with one piece of advice moving forward, something you know now, but that you didn't know then, what would you say to yourself?
It'd probably be two things. One would be patience. I've learned the hard way just how to be more patient and just, trust the process, keep going instead of being emotionally, on a high one day and really down the next day. I mean, obviously running a business is hard. There's going to be those waves, but just be patient and trust the process. Number two is mentorship. Getting somebody good or some people around you, your environment, those you're taking advice from to speak into your life. Now, the beautiful thing about nowadays is you've got podcasts, you got professionals out there that are putting out content that can help speak into your lives. But if you've got a good mentor or two that can really help you, or you can bounce ideas off, it's a game changer. You won't make so many mistakes. It won't cost you so much money because you're getting support from those people that have been there and done that.
So true, they've made the mistakes for you. And a lot of people are scared to invest in themselves, so that's a really good point to leave it with. So thank you so much. And Victor, really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for joining me. Where can our listeners reach out to work with you, connect with you, and just check out all the amazing work that you're doing at the moment?
Yeah, you can reach out to me also my socials. Everything is victorstraw.com or Victory Driven Life, victorydrivenlife.com. So it's either one of those, probably the best way to reach out to me.
Awesome. Beautiful stuff. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go and check out Victor and all the amazing work that he's doing. And do not forget to subscribe to Founders Future via wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with one of our team and discover how we went from zero to $30 million per year in less than 3 years. But until then, keep on climbing and we will see you on the next one.